I'm Adam Sanders, and this is a beer question answered. Today's question was hand-delivered to me by B. Sanders, and it is, what is a noble hop? That is a great question, B. Why don't you sit down here and I'll answer. So, what is a noble hop? Why don't you take this quiz and see if you can guess? Is it A, chaster version of the sock hop, popular among religious Midwesterners in the 1950s? B, a British archaism referring to the small hop or two-step which diminutive royalty, such as the 5-foot-tall Queen Victoria, for example, would have to take when descending the throne? Or C, a group of 5 Central European varieties of the hop plant that are prized for their low bitterness but strong aroma? If you guess C, you're right. Noble hops are a label applied to several European hop varieties that are delicate in flavor but big in aroma. Now, depending on who you ask, there are either 4 or 5 different varieties of noble hops, or possibly even more. If you find yourself involved in an argument about whether there are 5 or only 4 noble hop varieties, well, you need to get a life. Here's a list of the 5 hops that are usually referred to as noble hops. Hallertau, Tettnanger, probably pronounced that wrong, Spalt, Lublin, and Saaz. Now, if you find yourself involved in an argument about how to pronounce some of those names, once again, you need to get a life. So, what do noble hops taste like? Bah! Wrong first question. The first question is, what do noble hops smell like? There's not really a simple answer to this question. Hops contain over 1,000 different smelly compounds, and the distinctive characteristics of noble hops aren't traceable to just one of those compounds. That said, and without getting into too much sniffer snobbery, noble hop aromas are often described as floral, especially an aroma similar to geraniums, spicy, peppery, especially black pepper type flavor, earthy, and fruity. Not like fruit roll-up fruity, but more delicate, like a peach or a lemon kind of fruity. And what about taste? Well, what's so remarkable about noble hops is that their flavor isn't nearly as intense as their aroma, which allows brewers to add a ton of noble hops to the beer, creating incredible aroma while keeping the beer's flavor nuanced, delicate, and refined, instead of turning the beer into a tongue-blistering, bitter hop bomb. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's a different episode. Noble hop flavor is low in bitterness.
This is because of the low alpha acid content.
The flavors range from earthiness to grassy to mildly peppery and spicy. The key, though, is that the flavor really is mild. The aroma is where it's at. So, in what kinds of beers can you expect to find noble hops? Well, you'll find noble hops in a lot of the traditional European styles. Oktoberfest, which, by the way, are also called Marzens, Dunkels, and most famously, Pilsners. Now, Pilsners deserve their own episode, but let me just say a few words about them. Pilsners use the Saaz hop. Saaz is probably the most renowned noble hop and is prized the world over for its earthy, spicy, and clean aroma and flavor. You owe it to yourself to try a true Pilsner. And by true Pilsner, I do not mean triple hop Miller Lite. Does anyone even know what triple hop means?
Now, legend has it that Saaz hops are so good because they were originally picked by the tender hands of young women.
Hey, B, maybe you can be a Saaz hop harvester one day. Now, in closing, I want to say a few words about how to use and how not to use your new knowledge of noble hops.
This is one noble beer.
This beer is really noble. This is one noble beer. Let's try one more time. This beer is really good. It's got really nice noble hop aroma. That was better. Well, that's all I've got for this episode. Thanks for watching. Check back soon for my review of a beer that contains all 5 noble hops.